Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about video interviews and how you can take your virtual interviews to the next level. Hi, my name is Ash. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, this is where I share all the hints, tips and tricks I've picked up from my years in recruitment and talent acquisition. Now, there's a lot to cover when it comes to virtual and video interviews, but I've split this video into 4 key main areas, the 4th being the most important thing in my opinion. So stay tuned to the end to find out what that is. Now, we've had to deal with video interviews for the last year or so, but even as we hopefully come to the end of this pandemic, I think video interviews are here to stay. They are super convenient and they take up less time than face-to-face interviews. And these days we're going to be recruiting from all over the world. So it's definitely not too late to up your virtual interview game. Right, so the first area you need to be conscious of is screens. So if you have the choice, always opt for a laptop over an iPad or a phone. These other devices may do the job, but on the other side, they wreak havoc with the dimensions and ratios that the other people see. And it's just not ideal looking at such a tiny screen when you're video interviewing. How you position your screen is key as well. Ensure your camera is eye level and not looking up or not looking down or anything like that. You want to mimic a real life interview as much as possible, and looking down on your interviewer probably isn't ideal. Number 2 is lighting. During the pandemic, we've all been in meetings where the other person just seems to be shrouded in darkness, and it's just not a very good experience. Make it as easy as possible for your interviewer to be able to see you. Much better, right? Hopefully they're doing the same, and this will really help you both to build rapport and feed off each other's reactions and motions. So ideally, if you can, sit next to a big window with some natural light flowing in. If this isn't possible, just get a lamp and place it next to your screen or your camera just so the light is shining on your face. So once you've got the visuals set up nicely, take advantage of them. We just touched on eye contact. Much like in person, this is key. However, it's a lot tougher. Sometimes you're staring at the other person on screen, you forget to look at the camera so it looks like you're looking away, or even worse, staring at yourself on screen. Usually people can tell when you're looking at yourself on the video. So to rectify this, always do your best to look into the camera. Or my personal favorite trick, I place the other person's face just under the webcam. So although I'm looking directly at them, it looks like I'm looking directly into the camera. Side note, don't be afraid to break eye contact every now and again. Just like in real life, you don't want it to get weird. And number 3, the background. Now, a lot of people really forget this, and it's such an easy win. But when you do forget it and you don't have a great background, then it can be super distracting for the interviewer. The best advice I can give is just keep it as neutral as possible. The last thing you want is for your interviewer to be distracted by your messy room or drying clothes in the background. You can even go as far as just having a blank wall behind you. And to be honest, this is actually my preference. At the end of the day, the interviewers are here to see you and hear from you, not to see where you live. If we want to get really specific as well, steer clear of really bright colors or patterned clothes. Now, I've got nothing against bright colors or crazy patterns, but cameras don't really like them. It can make your clothes just look really distorted on the camera and will just end up giving the interviewer a headache. And number 4, in my opinion, the most important aspect is sound. Out of everything we've discussed today, if you can only get one thing right, make sure it's the sound. Think about it this way. If your webcam broke for whatever reason, the interview could still go ahead because you could still speak. If they can't hear you though, it doesn't matter if your camera is 4K. The interview just can't happen. Make sure your microphone works and is reliable. If you want to take it that step further, another personal preference of mine is to steer clear of headphones, especially the big overhead ones. There's just something about headphones that makes a person look unapproachable. So you want to steer clear of this. On this channel, I do like to go for all the little 1%. So there you have it. Those are my 4 key areas you need to get covered for your next virtual interview. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve, but I'll save those for another interview. These are the key ones you must remember. If this video helped, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share it with someone else who may need it. Just to remember, doing all these things won't get you the job. They'll just help avoid any unnecessary hiccups during the interview. This will leave you with a clear head to concentrate and really bring your best self to the interview. And if you have any other questions in regards to your job search, get in touch and I'll be sure to get back to you. If you have any other top video interviewing tips, I'd love to hear from you. So let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one.